Okay, thank you very much for the update, John. Next up is the update from the Swordfish TWG. Rochelle, good morning.
Good morning. John led into that one quite nicely. Thank you. Let's see. The link to the charters here, this has not changed. Well, we've updated the work items, but the charter is fundamentally the same as it has been since we kicked off the group. With the exception that we have officially changed the twig name from the SSM twig to the Swordfish twig, fundamentally for clarity, as Jay mentioned in his kickoff earlier. This is part of the decrypt from our internal to external. We've been working on Swordfish since 2016. The group's fundamentally been working on Swordfish and Swordfish related things only. So we thought it'd be a little bit simpler if we just said that's what we're doing instead of SSM and folks going, which one is that again? So voila, name change. All right. The group is also supported by the storage management community, which is the new name of the group formerly known as SNIA. All of the information about you can find at snia.org/swordfish. In 2024, we had continuation of our work, released 2 new versions, 1.2.6 and 1.2.7. We have a little laundry list of all the things here. Fundamentally, these are just incremental releases, and adding additional support based on some requests coming in from Redfish and server instrumentation server groups, as well as functionality requests coming in from NVMe implementations. We've enhanced the metrics across the board. We've been adding enhancements in our mapping and masking in Alua, adding functionality around NVMe namespace management. We've also been adding some new documentation, such as our interoperability guide, which talks about how our Swordfish specific profile infrastructure works, which is an extension of the Redfish model. We've also expanded our features registry, which is how we advertise our profiles and our features to clients. NVMe functionality for commanded feature lockdown, which is an abstraction of functionality in the NVMe side, came in 1.2.7, as we do on periodic releases, 1.2.7 was released in conjunction with some of the functionality coming out in the Redfish side and some coming out in the Swordfish side. Next slide. Upcoming work, we have the 1.2.8 release that's coming out this month. And in fact, on Tuesday in our upcoming meeting, we will be voting to release that and handing that off to the TC the following week. That release will be targeted as our next ISO spec version. We also have work in our open source software that supports work with the OFA. So OFA is using our emulator, and in particular our Docker containers, to extend their work on the Sunfish implementation and their reference implementation there. So their CXL work, and their prototypes around that. And there's just a little reference on our magic decoder ring for our versions. Next slide. We collaborate quite extensively with NVMe Express and with DMTF. I've already mentioned that we're looking at adding, just incrementally continuing to add NVMe and NVMe OF capabilities as those are rolling out, continuing collaboration with OFA. We're also looking at adding, John mentioned just previously working with the object drive work. We're investigating additional work on any network attached storage, network attached SSDs as that moves forward. We're also looking at partnering with the DNA data storage, and Olivier just joined the storage. I started to say SSM twig, the Swordfish twig, in order to enable that work moving forward. So we do have, kind of shifting around as we go, partnering with the other work groups within the organization. Just dealing with enhancement requests as they come in from internally and externally. Next slide. Just a quick view. Just our membership continues to evolve. We've had, like I mentioned, BioMemory just joined, Supermicro joined for that functionality that came in 127, and we've had a few companies drop and a few companies join, which is pretty typical for our group as it evolves over time. This pretty standard here, right? We really work on developing, maintaining, and enhancing Swordfish and the ecosystem. We see a participation from the storage vendors and increasing engagement with the system vendors and with the client application developers. With the new membership model, we are seeing some more engagement with the client application developers and several that are looking forward to engaging and looking forward to being able to join SNIA with the new membership model. So if you're interested in joining, please reach out. If you have any questions, please reach out and ask me anything, anytime. Thanks.